Some ideas are so powerful, they travel the world. These are the places where they began. As a stage performer from Argentina, Broadway has shaped not just theater around the world, but artists like me. I've always dreamt of coming here to America to experience the heart of it all. I want to understand what makes a Broadway show truly unlike anywhere else. What does it take to keep Broadway going, performance after performance, and generation after generation? Broadway isn't just a place. It's a community of 41 theaters in the heart of New York City. And right at its center is one of the most recognizable places in the world, Times Square.
You can see from a bird's eye view the entire theater district, and what you realize very quickly is most of the theaters are concentrated in the center right around Times Square. Most people think it's location-based is what makes a theater Broadway, but it's actually the number of seats in the theater. So 500 seats or more Broadway, $4.99 and less off-Broadway.
Before Broadway became a global symbol, it was a gamble. Long before the lights and glamour of Times Square, there was just a handful of theaters and gas lamps lighting wooden stages.
Could you paint the picture for me of how this looked 100 years ago?
When this theater opened in 1907, it is 150,000 horses moving around New York City every day. And amid all of that, you have people dressed up, going to the theater in their finest clothes.
How does it feel to introduce people from all over the world to musicals, to theater that is like the American thing?
I think the biggest thing I love about it is hearing the stories of what art and culture is like in their hometown, in their countries, and seeing how that compares and contrasts to ours.
And this is where it starts.
That's it. It's the start of the echo and the boom of art across the world.
We are at one of my favorite places in the Broadway community, and that is Sardi's. This place has been here for decades.
What makes it different to see a show on Broadway rather than anywhere else?
It's the energy, it's the electricity of these streets, and when you sit down and those lights dim and you hear the orchestra, warming up, you can't replicate that. And the legends who have played these boards, the best of the best are working in these theaters.
The great thing about theater is that it's communal. The way you laugh, the way you applaud, it affects what the actors do. Anything can happen that night.
Hamilton, The Lion King, The Book of Mormon, Chorus Line, Gypsy, Oklahoma, Wicked. These are shows that have gone global. People not only latch onto the music, the themes are universal.
Musical theater is a global phenomenon. Audiences now are coming from everywhere. I've had shows sung in a new language. There really is nothing like it.
I've covered the theater all over the world, and this is absolutely the best of the best here in New York and only on Broadway.
The dreams of Broadway start in rehearsal spaces just like this, where performers are rehearsing the longest-running musical on Broadway.
How does it start?
Chicago.
How does it start?
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz start.
Even shows like Chicago need constant fine-tuning to keep going night after night.
But the piano's hot.
The very first Broadway show I ever saw was Phantom of the Opera, and this was in Austin, Texas, and I was 14 years old. And I remember being blown away by the music, but especially by the Degas dancers, because I was a ballerina myself at the time. And then little did I know I ended up doing it later in my life. I am the first Mexicana woman in contemporary times to lead. Never forget where you're coming from, and give thanks every time you're going to go out on the stage.
The show is being refreshed constantly. I think people think it's the same show that you saw 29 years ago, or maybe 30 years ago soon. But it's not, is it? It does get
Never
refreshed.
is. Keeps you on your toes all the time.
We did it! Very
First time.
I think a lot of people don't realize that musicals it's a uniquely American art form. It started here in the museum. As you're walking through the timeline, we organized it around this idea that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. So had people not pioneered, broken ground, taken risks, we'd never have the art we have today. It's just incredible to see the handwork and the beading and just how the costumes are constructed up close. In Oklahoma, you can see handwritten music by Richard Rodgers and the lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein II. You never get to see that unless you're on the team and working on it.
Why do you think Broadway has such a global appeal?
Broadway is synonymous with New York City, but then once it's on Broadway, the show gets replicated and done all over the world. Asia and Australia and in Europe, South America and Canada, and like all over the place, but it all starts in New York City.
Inside the Schubert Theater, there's no performance tonight. The house is in restore, the in-between moment when one production has closed and the theater is being returned to its original form.
People are coming from all over the world to see an amazing show. We have to make sure that every night we are giving them 110%. I started off as an usher and then I worked my way up and now I'm a theater manager at the flagship theater of the Schubert organization. Both front of house and backstage are so dedicated, so passionate.
Do you get sad when a show ends?
Yeah, I do because you get attached to the company, but I get to meet a new company. We get to do it all over again.
As one show closes, another begins. And that constant renewal is how Broadway keeps moving forward.
Broadway is never leaving. It's an experience that everybody talks about.
Broadway stays alive because of the people who give themselves to it. The performers on stage, audiences who travel from around the world, the crew behind the curtain, the historians who protect its legacy, and the dreamers like me who hope to one day step into its light. Every performance on Broadway is fleeting, unrepeatable, and alive only in that moment. And that makes Broadway truly an American original.